Ja.
Thanks for coming. My name is Gordon. I'm the president of the Hudson Music Center in Dexter. We are a nonprofit that helps all kinds of people from all levels of music put on performances like this. And they have smaller venues, solo performances, small events like this. And, hope you enjoy the show. It's good to see you here. Welcome to the Faber Center right here in maybe Thailand, maybe Boston. Maybe someone should have a Saturday night came from. And this is our 9th Saturday night program. The first one was in 2023, and this is our 9th. And fittingly, this wraps up a year of celebrating Beethoven in the community of Dexter, where a year ago, the Dexter Community Choir, who was tonight, participated with the Dexter Community Orchestra to celebrate not only the 200th anniversary of Dexter's, but also of Beethoven writing his 9th Symphony. So I kind of see this as sort of a wrap up to that whole exciting year, and you get to be part of it. It's also the second in a series that I kind of launched based on the Schirmer Library of Classical Music. This is an old version of it. I've got a newer one to show you, but these used to be in every piano studio. Anyone who took piano lessons in the past 100 years probably had a Schirmer book. Right now, there's probably about 10,000 of them total. Many of them have gone out of print, but we've already had one program in the Schirmer series which focused on Volume 1, which is Beethoven Sonatas, Volume 1. We did the Moonlight and the Pathétique Sonatas with a number of local pianists. And then we got to Volume 2, and one of my friends, pianist and a piano teacher, said, "Do the HammerKlavier, and I'll play it," you know. And well, he's not here tonight. But we started with that plan. We went to Volume 2, which has the HammerKlavier solo sonata in it. And here it is right here. This is the Volume 2 night. My daughter, who's a music graduate student at Oakland University, said, "It's actually HammerKlavier." But HammerKlavier sounds better. So I'm going to stay with that. And so this is Volume 2. It's an excellent example of Beethoven's work in his later career. It's very good and representative of Volume 2 in the Schirmer series. The HammerKlavier is considered the most technically difficult piece of piano music in history, in classical music. But before we kick things off with Richard here in just a moment, we do have a particular guest of honor that's here tonight, and I think we shall welcome first. So would you please welcome with me the maestro himself, Ludwig van Beethoven. Nice. Give it up for Pat, our Okay, so now let's let the music do the talking. There's so much information about Beethoven and the HammerKlavier Sonata, the resistance of piano music, and that's what we're about to hear tonight in the second half of the show. To do all the music with his hands and with his spirit and with his musical artistry, his high level of I want to introduce to you now and have you welcome with me tonight's soloist and tonight's star from the University of Michigan in Troy, Michigan. Would you please welcome Mr. Richard? That was the four impromptus by Chopin. That was in the first show today, and there's more to come. Just real briefly, before the choir comes up here, I'm going to point out the program. Everyone should have had a copy of our program that our choir director, Amanda, does a fabulous job on creating these programs time after time. And maybe we give her thanks right now for doing it. There's about something about a donation from my aunt, Marilyn Copeland, who is in Amarillo, Texas. And I was down there a couple weeks ago, she just handed me $100 to support music in the local community. And hopefully she's watching, or maybe on the recording later. But we do rely on donations to make programs like this possible. We want them at a high level of excellence. We also want everyone to have a chance to be up here, and I think a lot of people have thought about that. It must be fun to do something that we'll help you experience that. However good you think you are or not, I think everyone can enjoy the thrill of the stage. So that's something that we're all about. Please consider placing ads in our programs in the future. That's going to be a partner with us in that basket in the back. There's a QR code in there, and you go to hecmusic.org and find the you do that. We just enjoy bringing great music to you. I want to introduce now, we're going to get a little bit of a change of pace now, and you get a taste of the Dexter Community, and I'm going to introduce the director, Amanda.
I'm talking here for a second. I'm going to invite the choir to come and get in their spots. My name is Amanda Novak. I'm the director of the Dexter Community Chorale. We're a small but growing choir that started in 2019. Our registration for the next season begins in July, and our rehearsals start in we're always looking for more vocalists, accompanists, instrumentalists of all different kinds. And so if you think that's something that you might be interested in, you can speak with Gordon or I after the show, or you can check out our website, which is on the program. In 2 weeks, we're having our end of the year summer kickoff concert on Saturday, June 28th at 7 p.m. and that's in the gazebo right downtown Dexter. Tonight, we're going to share with you one of our pieces for that, a funk on one of Beethoven's greatest hits.
Perform the HammerKlavier Sonata. So, yes. Yes.
And he's listening.
Yeah, right. It would be funny if we actually have a list of what the
Where did you find that book?
I bought that years ago. I wanted to buy I'm gonna check my power level here. How that looking? If it'll tell me. So what do you know? Is there any way of knowing how much power I've got in it right now?
Is it you still got it running?
Yeah. Everything's turned off except you. I think it's probably good for an hour and a half doing that. What do you think?
Well, that's for page. That's interesting. I don't see it in there.
Can I close out this window and not cause great damage?
I'd almost prefer that.
Oh, Amanda knows. I'll ask her to take a look. Yeah. But she's watching it. I've got this thing here. Oh, really? Yeah. So this thing here. Right. So I'm going to set that here. It's to fail. There'll be a pause. So it's 10:40 we start, so we start back up.
Try.
Can you ask your buddy Chat if to do?
I don't know if he uses. He doesn't live stream phone very much.
Okay. But that's showing we don't have anybody on right now, so whatever, that's fine. Try just touching it one time and see.
See your battery though. Wait, if I get it from the corner.
Did you see the battery there? Oh, good. We're good.
Don't want to anger you.
I'm not from Spain, I'm from Kansas. I'm transplanted to Michigan.
I've heard bits and pieces actually. But during, because you know, when you piano trio, sometimes we just start busting it out. What is that? He's like, HammerKlavier. I'm like, he'll play like 80 different passages from that piece. I'm like, how long is this piece? I'm like, what in the world? I remember though, he played on the third movement, a bit of the time after, and I looked at it, I was like, oh, this is good. So, yeah. Just bits and pieces. Very coalesced. It's great. I've heard him play only a couple of those Chopin concerts as well. I think during studio or something, but he's added a couple since then. So. The fantasy. That's a. That one was just so colorful, you know what I mean? Like, it was something, like, senses were moving. And I feel like I was also, like, do you know what I mean? With all the little notes, I just feel like there's a lovely texture. I love it. Yeah.
I've not seen you in years.
Well, about a year and a half at the Hawk Center.
The Hawk, you in it too?
Richard.
Yeah.
I was there too. No, we did it was a piano trio back then too. But we had a cello that time. Yeah,
That was wonderful.
it was a great piece.
So how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I did hit a few rough patches in the past couple of months, but I'm doing better.
Are
Yeah.
you still in Canada?
Yep.
Junior year next year?
Yeah. Well, actually, technically this summer I'll be a junior by then. So,
Fantastic. Favorite class so far?
Honestly, history class is pretty fun. I know I'm a computer science major, which is absolutely ridiculous, but not like I'm saying it's ridiculous that my favorite class is history while I'm a comp sci major. It makes no sense. But, so how is you're not I forgot you're not at Country Day anymore, are you?
Right, I'm retired, and we have two grandchildren in Massachusetts and a daughter who teaches in Philadelphia. So we're traveling grandparents and parents.
Okay. Yeah, actually I visited Boston last year.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
It's a wonderful area.
Oh yeah. Sure.
Very good. So are you here for the final performance? This is going to be That's wonderful. Well, anywhere you want to stand, I think is. Oh, you have a spot. Okay.
That's the phone when you do anything like this. You know, the nature with them, because Richard's got the most get up and go you've seen in my entire life. So the way that Bloomfield came together was like a week prior, where that Richard was like, oh wow, you're doing both. You couldn't do this. I was like, he was like stressing about like filling the entire program. I was like, would you want to play something together? He's like, yeah, let's do it. And we already had one of those pieces kind of in our back pocket, so the other one. So yeah, so he catches all the stuff. I'm just here for the ride. You know what I mean? It's a lot of fun. Although one thing, we will be building more rap together actually, because we're doing the chamber music now. The collaborative class, so we'll just be playing like sonatas, and I'll be playing with him. I'll be his like main duo. And so I'm really looking forward to like building some together. Like that's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And he's like the glue of the trio too. Like all the details, you just never got to worry about it when Richard's on the team. Do you know what I mean? Like he's always got a spot. Like he's gotten us all recital halls to like rehearse it and just because they were open and he saw, and he just saw like weeks ahead and he loved it. You know what I mean? It's just like and then like organizing them, be playing for some guest artists, and then like but like he's just on top of everything. Honestly, it's tremendous. I don't know. Playing with him is always a pleasure. Yeah. Oh yeah. Richard's community. Yeah. No, like I love seeing how much of what people like come and get. You know what I mean? That like see the level. I don't think that was the first time that he went abroad, because he for him, played with I wouldn't be surprised if that was just something along the way, something Oh yeah. That was fun. Yeah. I never actually. Well, I mean, I heard the whole thing. I wasn't able to make it out there, but remember when he was writing, you know, we would just be in the practice room as well. And it was fun. You know, I was like he was carrying the whole song. So I'd like fiddle something on the violin, and then he'd like pause, and then he'd develop it right before we know what I meant. I was like, oh, this kid's amazing. Oh, yeah. So it was a lot of fun. I love his composition. Hope. And that was a real fun. Like I played that a few times as well too. That was a lot of fun. We just like ended up with some award ceremony. I'm just bragging about you. The MLK awards that you got us in. There was just some awards ceremony happening in North Campus with like deans of other colleges. He just got us. Yeah. Breathing on it? I had no idea. I think you nailed the ceremony. I've never heard the full HammerKlavier. Like I've never heard you. I've heard bits and pieces. I can't wait.
Okay, so we'll get started with our second half.
You gotta get into Schubert. Get into some Schubert.
I wanted to recognize a member of our audience tonight, kind of an important player in tonight's events and making it happen. It's such a thrill for us to have this connection and partnership with the University of Michigan for this show, and how they were so helpful and encouraging to us. I reached out to them maybe half a year ago, 9 months ago, to the piano department, and that one thing led to the other, and I got a connection with Professor Arthur Green, who is here tonight. And this is definitely would not happen without the encouragement and support of this world-class, at least, piano department right here in Ann Arbor. Thank you so much. Now, a little bit about the Saturday Night Stage program. We've had, this is the 9th one in the series, and in the past, in November of 2023, I actually did a solo show vocally of the first one, because I said, if I'm going to be asking people to put themselves out there, I'm going to do it. And I'm not a vocalist, but I said, I'm going to do it if I'm going to ask other people to. We had an adult rock band that's had a couple of shows during the past few years. It's a fabulous rock band. They do an excellent job. We had the first Shermer series, and then we had a show back in last November called Pat Gerby and Friends. And Pat is the one who helped me bring up Herr Beethoven. Pat's right over here. And Pat will be back for his second solo show, probably here, maybe here, and probably in October this year. And Pat likes to do we did an invitational program where we invited people in the community to help us do Beatles songs. So we had a whole show about Beatles music, and then that brings us to today, and then our choir show in 2 weeks. And then I'm going to be kicking off our next year in September with my second solo show, but I do a lot of duets with people, and that's going to be a lot of fun. So keep that in mind. Now, how many here, has anyone here been to every single one of the 9 Saturday Night Stage programs? Pat?
I think one short.
Pat missed one, and Jenny missed one.
And I missed one.
And Cindy. So we have some people that almost made it to every one. Get on that list. Start coming to our Saturday night shows when they're here, and after a couple of years, if maybe you'll start overtaking some of those people who've been here so many times. All right, now without any further ado, let's continue on. We're at break now. Now let's get on with the epic HammerKlavier Sonata, a 4-movement piece of piano music. Let's bring back to stage Mr. Richard Shao. Thank you.
have? I'll play Chopin. Okay. Electric?
One more.
Chopin Nocturne in E flat major, opus 9, number 2.
than us tonight. Thank you so much for coming, and have a great, wonderful weekend, a great summer. In 2 weeks, hopefully, if you can make it down to Dexter, 2 weeks from tonight, 7 o'clock in Dexter, downtown with the fire. And thank you so much again for coming. Have a great night.
So you want to go boomity and end.